We all have those days when you just want some serious comfort food. And what screams comfort louder than a warm, cheesy, garlicky bread? Well, if you are a home gluten-free baker, you know the drill. You find a new recipe, get all excited, and then nervously wait to see if it's another expensive flop. I get it. But this recipe has been tested and proven to deliver every single time by the amazing Katerina Salmalgi. So today I am here with the help of Elements of Baking to bring you that incredibly fun, gooey, pull-apart experience right to your gluten-free table. So come along for this step-by-step how to make this incredibly soft and airy gluten-free, egg-free bread using nutrient-dense flours like sorghum and millet, and I promise you this will become your new favorite.
Hi, I'm Masha and I am obsessed with bringing a bit more nutrition back to our gluten-free tables. So let's stop talking and start baking. First, let's gather everything we need. For the brioche dough, we'll be using 160 grams of tapioca starch, 135 grams of millet flour, and 25 grams of sorghum flour. You'll also need 13 grams of psyllium husk powder or 15 grams of whole psyllium husk, 8 grams of active dry yeast or 6 grams of instant yeast, 6 grams of baking powder, 5 grams of xanthan gum, 5 grams of salt, 25 grams of sugar, 180 grams of lukewarm water, 135 grams of milk, and 50 grams of unsalted melted butter. For the filling, we'll need softened salted butter. I do recommend buying both salted and unsalted butter, garlic powder, herbs like parsley, oregano, or rosemary, and 2 kinds of cheeses, cheddar and a low moisture mozzarella. For your tools, you'll need a stand mixer with a dough hook, the most important tool, kitchen scale. Precision is key, especially in gluten-free baking. You'll also need parchment paper and this 9x5-inch loaf tin for the perfect pull-apart shape. Okay, let's start with our secret weapon, psyllium husk powder. This is the non-negotiable binder that gives gluten-free dough its structure, and if you haven't baked with it, I challenge you to make sure that you do. Grab your psyllium husk powder and your lukewarm water. We're going to whisk these together until fully combined and let them sit for a short time, about a minute, until it thickens up to form a light gel. This short gelling time is our step 1. Next, we are going to activate our dry yeast by adding our milk and sugar and leaving it on a counter for about 10 minutes until a nice foam forms at the top. If you're using instant yeast, just skip this activation part completely and mix it directly into our dry ingredients. Next, in a standard mixer, weigh your flours, then add baking powder, xanthan gum, and salt. Alright, our psyllium gel is ready. Time to bring it all together. Add the gel to the dry mix, then pour in the yeast mixture and melted butter. Start the mixer on the low for about 4 to 5 minutes, checking the bottom halfway through. The dough should be soft and sticky, just pulling from the sides. Our dough is mixed. Let's get it ready for it to turn into garlicky, cheesy magic. But first we got to mix our garlic butter filling. Mix the softened salted butter with the garlic powder and those fresh herbs. Add a bit of a black pepper. Mix well until fully combined and set aside. We are going to now roll the dough onto the large a large square, so about 12 inches in size or 30 centimeters. Spread the garlic butter in an even layer over the entire surface, taking it right to the edges. Now sprinkle with that grated cheddar and mozzarella cheese. Use a pizza cutter if you have one. I'm cutting it with a knife. And cut the square into 4 equal strips and then into about 16 squares. Place the squares on top of each other and into your parchment-lined loaf pan. Cover the loaf pan and leave it in a warm place for about an hour and a half or until the dough has doubled in size. While the dough is rising, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit about 30 minutes before it's done proving. This low temperature is a key for a soft, evenly baked pull-apart bread. Once the oven is preheated and your bread is doubled in size, bake for about 46 to 48 minutes or until it's deep golden brown.
Quick tip, if the top of the bread starts browning too quickly, cover it with the foil loosely and let it bake until it's done. Do not use the high heat and steam method for this bread that I shared with the other recipe. It is not needed.
Let the bread cool about 10 minutes before digging in. And there you have it, the best cheesy, garlicky, pull-apart, gluten-free and egg-free bread that I have ever tried. I cannot wait to read your comments and see how your bread turns out. And if you want more bread recipes, just say want more in the comments below. Thanks so much for coming out on this baking journey with me. Happy baking, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Well, what could make it better if it's a bit more cheesy?